For the best price, click the link in the description, /N. Are you tired of buying a CPU that promises the world but delivers mediocre performance? I know I was, until I got my hands on the AMD Ryzen 5 5600X. But here's what surprised me. This processor is not as great as everyone makes it out to be. Therefore, if you're in the market for a new CPU and are considering the Ryzen 5 5600X, keep watching because I'm about to reveal some serious concerns that might just change your mind. /N. I've been using the AMD Ryzen 5 5600X for a few weeks now, and while it's certainly a powerful processor, there are several issues that have left me wondering if it's really worth the hype. First off, let's talk about the good stuff. The Ryzen 5 5600X has a whopping 6 cores and 12 threads, which makes it perfect for demanding tasks like video editing and gaming. But here's the thing. It also has a pretty high power draw, which can lead to some serious heat issues. In fact, I've noticed that the processor tends to run pretty hot even when performing relatively light tasks. And if you're not careful, this can lead to overheating and potentially even damage your system. But don't just take my word for it. I've done some research and found that several other users have reported similar issues with the Ryzen 5 5600X's heat management. /N. So what's going on here? Is AMD really this bad at designing processors, or is there something more to the story? Well, after digging a bit deeper, I discovered that the Ryzen 5 5600X actually has some pretty serious limitations when it comes to overclocking. Now I know what you're thinking. Overclocking, isn't that just for enthusiasts? And to some extent, yes. But the thing is, many users want to be able to push their system to its limits and get the most out of their hardware. But with the Ryzen 5 5600X, it's actually quite difficult to overclock without voiding your warranty. And even if you do manage to overclock it successfully, the results are often underwhelming. In fact, I've found that the processor tends to plateau at around 4.2 GHz, which is pretty disappointing considering its high base clock speed of 3.6 GHz. /N. So what's the takeaway here? Is the Ryzen 5 5600X just not a good choice for anyone looking for a powerful CPU? Not exactly, but it does have some serious limitations that might make it less appealing to certain users. Let me ask you this, are you willing to sacrifice performance and overclocking potential for the sake of convenience and ease of use? Because if so, then maybe the Ryzen 5 5600X is still a good choice for you. But if you're looking for something with more flexibility and customization options, I'd recommend taking a closer look at some of AMD's other offerings, or even considering Intel's latest CPUs. /N. Now I know some of you are probably thinking, but what about the price? Isn't the Ryzen 5 5600X still a great value? Well, that's where things get a bit complicated. While it's true that the Ryzen 5 5600X is generally priced lower than its Intel counterparts, it's also worth noting that AMD has been known to charge a premium for certain features like Wraith Prestige cooling. And let's not forget about the warranty or lack thereof. I mean, if you're planning on overclocking your CPU, and who isn't, then you'll need to be careful about voiding your warranty by doing so. /N. So what's the bottom line? Is the AMD Ryzen 5 5600X a good choice for you? Ultimately, it depends on what you're looking for in a CPU. If you want something with plenty of cores and threads but don't mind sacrificing some performance and overclocking potential, then maybe the Ryzen 5 5600X is still worth considering. But if you're looking for something with more flexibility and customization options, or simply want to avoid the hassle of dealing with AMD's sometimes sketchy customer support, then I'd recommend taking a closer look at some other options. For the best price, click the link in the description.